Oh boy. We have something to talk about. So, okay, I know I keep meaning to do my Emilia Pérez review, and I keep holding that off because I've been swamped with busy stuff to do. I just haven't had the time to do anything else. And doing a review of Emilia Pérez, I honestly would need to rewatch the whole film just to get my opinions on everything and put them all into one video, which is more than likely going to take so long to do. But this article, I saw the title of this article, and I'm like, what? What? So, I'm going to read this article while I am recording this. To me. Oh my gosh, there's this dang ad. Stop it. Okay, so let's read this article right now, just together, just because I'm very interested to hear what this is about to say. So, Bill Maher is saying cancel culture is still thriving during a conversation Friday with David Sedaris on Real Time with Bill Maher. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this name right now correctly, so let's just read. We'll get to this. The HBO host and comedian says the idea of cancel culture has evolved into something else, and the Carlos Villagascon scandal played a part in Emilia Pérez losing at the Oscars, which was good news for Anora. So for the people who don't know, so Emilia Pérez was a movie that was swamped with a whole bunch of drama. I don't want to talk about too much of the drama because it's been said to death at this point. But if you really do want to know more about the drama, I suggest go check out Jester Bell's channel. She has a lot of good videos that talks about the Emilia Pérez scandal and the stuff going on, what and everything. Double Toasted has a good video talking about some of the tweets that Gascon had said. I just don't want to say everything that's been going on because it's been said to death at this point. The drama was honestly, I think, what was really interesting about the Oscars this year, and it's one of the reasons why I tuned into the Oscars this Sunday, because boy, this was some juicy drama, and I had to get into it. But for those of you who want to know more about the Emilia Pérez scandal, and especially the scandal going on with Carlos Villagascon, definitely check out Jester Bell's channel. She is wonderful. She just has so many good videos talking about everything that's happened. So I'm not going to say it because it's been to death. Let's just continue with this article, shall we? But yeah, and for those of you who don't know, Anora is also another film that came out. I was not expecting that to be Best Picture, honestly. I was really expecting maybe Brutalist. I wouldn't say Wicked was gonna be the slot that was gonna be Best Picture. But I think if Wicked, if the Oscars were desperate, Wicked was probably gonna win. But I knew that was probably not gonna be the winner. I was not really expecting Anora to win Best Picture. I've heard about the movie. I don't know. I might see Anora, but I don't know. I'm not too sure yet. But anyways, let's continue, shall we? There are people who say cancel culture is a real thing, and I would say to them, it just happened at the Oscars, Maher said on his talk show. You may not know it. You may not think it happened, but the movie that was going to win it all was Emilia Pérez. Now, for those of you who don't know, Emilia Pérez was nominated for 13 Oscar nominations, making it the second most nominated Oscar movie, tying in with Forrest Gump and Titanic. Admittedly, films I have not seen. So, Maher said that Hollywood loved the idea that they would finally have a person who is a trans person wins Best Actress category and make history. For those of you who don't know, Carla Sofia Gascon became history for being the first nominated trans actress. So if she won it, it was going to be a huge thing for her. She became the first. I think she became the first trans actress to win the Golden Globe this year. So she has kind of made history, and made history for her past tweets, but in not a very good way. Maher noted that he read Gascon's tweets and likened them to something a little child would write. Okay. That's actually kind of funny. Adding, it was a little Kanye-esque. Just whatever's on the brain comes out. Yeah. Just don't mention Hitler. I feel like it never comes out good. Again, Jester Bell mentioned Hitler's tweet. It's in one of her videos. I think it's in her first video that she did about the controversy. I'm not going to say the comment, but if you want to check out Jester Bell's video, and I think it was even on Double Toasted's video, definitely read that. Maher said that, Maher said of one of Gascon's tweets, and then some things she said, which are just, oh yeah, you know what, I've said things like that. It's just very, very honest, but of course, the woke community is way too far. Maher continued, and this movie that was going to win it all, it was The Front Runner. Yeah, it had 13 Oscar noms, but it only got back 2, so that didn't do well for it. It's making those filmmakers look very embarrassing on their end. It was Front Runner, and she was going to win it all. Suddenly was out to lunch. And good news for Anora. That's what happened. So yes, cancel culture is still with us. It may just be a little more subtle. Gascon attended the Oscars despite skipping most award shows following a fallout of resurfaced social media posts. So she was at the Golden Globes. She was not at the SAG Awards. I don't know if she was at the BAFTAs. Someone in the comments may have to say yes or no on that. But I don't think she was at the BAFTAs, but I could be wrong. Resurfaced social media posts where she made offensive remarks about the Muslims and the Black Lives Matter movement. Following public outcry, Gascon issued an apology for her tweet stating, "I want to acknowledge the conversation around my past social media posts that have caused hurt. As someone in a marginalized community, I know the suffering all too well, and I am deeply sorry for those I have caused pain. All my life, I have fought for a better world. I believe light will always triumph over darkness." Anora won the night's top awards, including for Best Picture, Directing, Original Screenplay, Film Editing. Mikey Madison took the Oscar for Best Actress in a leading role for her work in Anora, the category in which Gascon was competing. Emilia Pérez, which came in a leading 13 Oscar noms, did not get some love with Zoe Saldana taking the trophy for Best Actress in a supporting role. Does not look like there's anything else. So there's a lot of stuff going on with that. I don't know. I don't know if Gascon is being genuine about her apology. I don't know. Maybe she is. Maybe she isn't. I mean, she literally was not at most award ceremonies. So maybe she's like realizing, oh shit, maybe people are really starting to fucking hate me, and maybe I should just step back. I don't know if that's what caused her to be like that. I don't know what happened. I literally don't know. All I can say is that this drama is getting a lot interesting. I mean, well, at the same time, it has been interesting. think this is the only reason that this whole Emilia Perez situation is literally the only reason why I tuned into the Oscars. If I'm being completely honest, it was too interesting to stay away. It was too interesting to stay away. But yeah. It was really, yeah. I don't know. It's really interesting, and and to be honest, I did not see Emilia Perez winning Best Picture. I really didn't. The movie's not really that good. It really isn't. I mean, I will say this about this: the movie's not great. I will say that the movie is not great, but I am not lighting up my torch about it like most people are. I think this movie is... And, I can tell the movie is trying to have its own identity. And I'll talk about this more once I do my in-depth movie review for this movie. But I can see that this movie is trying to have some sort of identity, but it's not really working that well. I think my problems with the film aren't really the problems that most people are having. But I do see why people are hating this film. So, I don't know. But, yeah, it's... I don't know. It's definitely not looking great on Carla Sofia Gascon's end. It's not looking great on Jacques Audiard's end. It's not really looking great on Netflix's end right now. And it was really interesting, too, when I was watching the Oscars. I'm like, lots of these films that are being nominated are Netflix movies. And I'm not too sure what to think about that. I feel like that's Netflix trying to really sell out and being like, hey, we're a thing. Remember us. Which is really interesting because Netflix is kind of, at this moment, I think, being the most hated streaming service right now, especially with the plans that they're doing. And I don't know. What do you think about this whole situation? This is just getting really interesting to me. Put it down in the comments, and I'll catch you guys later.